everyone.
Alright. I'm Gabriel. This is Ryan, as we were just introduced. We're going to be showing our project Seaquence, and I'm going to show it by just playing with it. So I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm making music with this musical toy. You can see that we have these little creatures that have this grid over here, and I'll just start clicking around, and you'll begin to see how this thing works. So you can see as I'm adding these notes in this grid, they're affecting the sound that these little creatures make. This is the envelope of the waveform that turns into the body of the creature. So if I adjust these controls, it'll change how the sound comes through. I can change the octave and give these low frequencies. And as I add more, they all start playing together. We don't have a limit for how many you can add, so I'm going to add a bunch right now. I'll just keep adding. And then what happens is you get a concert of these little guys. You can notice that some of them have a pretty distinct sound. This is actually a noise, a random noise. And what you can do with this one is get this sort of drum sound. So down here, this actually controls the chromatic scale of the tones that I'm using in the grid. And if I edit these so we're not using any tones at all of a sudden we get this nice rhythmic sound. And I can get sort of the drum beat. And then I can start weeding them out, the ones that don't sound so good, like these are sounding pretty harsh, so I can remove the ones that don't like. So the musical creation process is a bit like a game. None of the controls are labeled, and it's a process of discovery to figure out what these controls do. But as you play with it and become comfortable with it, you begin to see patterns in what the controls do to the sound. These colors represent waveforms. So if any of you are familiar with synthesis, this blue one is a sine wave. This yellow one is a triangle wave. The red one is a square wave. Saw wave, my bad. The noise is the pink, and then we have a square wave, which is really harsh. It can get really, really intense, especially if I get the octaves way down. You get some really heavy bass stuff. So I'll just clear out some of these and then show you some other sounds you can get out of the system. So as you begin playing and you want to modify one of these that might not sound so harmonious with the others, at any time you can change it, and it'll change the sound. Notice as I move around, it changes the mix too. So I can hear a generative composition come to life as I add more creatures. That means every time I visit this composition, it will be different. It'll sound different. It's a living composition. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it over to Ryan and he's gonna talk a little bit about some other community aspects of it.
So Seaquence is a project that we built and released in 2010, and last time I checked, it's like 2014 right now. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the community that we have, and I guess Seaquence is still pretty much in active use to this day. We have if you go onto the onto the site, there's pretty much you can sort of find things that people have made only a few minutes ago. So I can take a look at what some of that stuff is. And it pretty much wildly varies in quality. We have stuff that's really amazing and that I'll show you later, and some stuff that's really jarring, which is it's cool that people can make things up. Here, yeah, case in point. Oh wow, this is not even totally. So we call this the fill up, and it's basically the first thing that people do when they come into the app, and this is probably if I octave this up. So we have some kind of we keep a Twitter sort of stream of the ones that we find that are really cool. So I'll just open some of those up. Techno-amoeba 32. So the cool thing is that people have figured out that they can make these compositions that kind of change as you pan around them. So the compositions that are really successful, kind of they fill up the space so there's more things than you can actually hear in one here at once. So you can pan around and get a really varied experience. Oh no! That wasn't supposed to happen. And at this point, we have over we have 220,000 of these people have made compositions. Oh, I see what happened. I need to hold on command while I do this. So, oh yeah, this one's pretty fun. Yeah, look at the title.
What does it say?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
What does it say?
Let me open it again. It says, Synesthezic Phrasey Sequence.org 16-tone loop in C major. Yeah, so I'll just do one last one. Yeah, this is Seaquence, and and if you want to check it out, it's at seaquence.org. And you can check out, if you want to see cool things that people have made, go to our Twitter at Seaquence.